Hi, and welcome back to my internet blog. I'm Ritch Workman, Florida House Representative for District 30 in Brevard County. Thanks for joining me. Let's talk about last week. First, House Bill 1405, known as pension reform, has passed another committee, and let's talk about the strike all. So here's exactly what pension reform does today in my bill. First, it eliminates the drop program. Now, there's still room for compromise and reform here, but let me tell you, what the compromise reform would have to look like is this. We'd have to remove elected officials and high wage earners from the availability of drop. Number two, it would have to be revenue neutral to the state. And number three, it would have to eliminate the possibility of double dippers. So currently it's being repealed in my bill. There's room for reform, but it would have to meet those simple criteria. Secondly, House Bill 1405 requires that every state employee contribute 3% to their pension. Lastly, 1405 extends the age and years of service for all of our state employees. Special risk goes from 25 years of service to 30, or from age 55 to age 60, whichever comes first. All other employees go from 30 years of service to 35, or age 65, whichever comes first. So those are the three only components. Those are the only three things in pension reform in my bill are those three things. You can certainly contact me with your ideas for pension reform as the weeks go on. Should move through committee again this week. Last week, through the full House, we passed union reform. A couple things that changed in the state of Florida as far as unions go. Number one, the state will no longer be in the business of collecting union dues on behalf of unions. This law would eliminate the state from deducting union dues from an employee's paycheck. It also requires that unions get the participation of its members before they spend money in a partisan way. That's only fair. It's their money. All members have a right to express how they want their money spent and on what political candidate or issue they want to spend their dues money on. Lastly, in the Florida House, through a committee last week, we passed a major deregulation bill. This bill deregulates industries from hair braiders to interior designers and everything in between. A lot of controversy. A lot of people came to testify they want to keep their industries regulated. There will probably be changes as we move forward. I expect to see this bill again in committee this week. Be sure to look that bill up at myfloridahouse.gov and send me information that you wish to have included in the conversation. One last thing. I passed 4 repealers through the full House. I'm real excited about that. A repealer removes laws from the books. I hope before my tenure in the Florida House is over to remove more words than added to the statutes. Last week I removed statutes that did everything from regulate drive-in movie theaters to water vending machines, and even a law that made it illegal for you to coast down the hill in neutral. So we got rid of those through the Florida House. Look forward to the governor signing off on these repealers and making the books a little smaller. Again, I'm Ritch Workman. You can visit me at richworkman.com. You can email me at rich@richworkman.com. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And you can always check out my blog site at myfloridavoice.com. Thanks a lot for joining me. Have a great day.